Michelle Welch with Shape of the City outside of Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department, talking a little bit about back to school street safety with our friends Julie and Jan. Julie, tell me a little bit about what you guys are really emphasizing with families and with our community in general related to street and bike safety.
Well, you know what happens again. School starts again August 12th and drivers are always a little bit surprised. School zones are going to be active again, and we really want people to pay attention. You know, go 25 miles an hour in the school zone. Look out for the kids because they're everywhere. They're going to be on the street corner, in the parking lot, at the bus stop, and it's really up to the drivers. The kids we want to have to be responsible certainly too, but we want the drivers to really think about the fact it's going to happen again, right. And we need to be ready.
It's a community responsibility
Absolutely.
To be ready for those kids and to help keep the kids safe and for us to feel safe too, because all of us would feel terrible if we ever hurt a child that was on a bike or walking or biking to school.
For sure. And when it comes to school buses, when they're going down a street and they stick out their arm to stop, please stop.
What are some ways that families and the community in general can help keep our community safe and keep our kids safe in the back to school time frame?
Well, a cool thing to do is if you know your kids are going to walk to school, take them on the walk yourselves. Practice what the route's going to be. Make sure they know how to get from home to school and school to home. Enforce the rules that you go straight to school and you come home from school and don't deviate from that. That's a very good thing. Kids should be able to be 10 years old and older to do this. When they get to a corner, they should look left, right, and then left again, just in case somebody's coming from that side. They should not walk or run in the street, in the intersections. They should walk in the intersections. They should leave, so they get to school about 10 minutes early, and have a good time doing it. It's great to walk to school. It's good for their minds. It's good for their bodies. And if they can walk in numbers too, that's a really good thing. Absolutely.
One thing I always found for my kids when they would walk or bike to school is they would find that they were more ready for school, they were more awake, they were more focused, and then a lot of times they would walk so they could go have breakfast and have fun with their friends, so then they didn't worry about being late to school and rushing either.
Absolutely. It can be a social time for them, a really positive social time for them. If they do it, regularly and the weather is good, even when the weather's not good, they can walk. But just make sure they go to and from school and only that route.
So having a family plan is a big piece of the puzzle.
Family plan is very important. Absolutely.
All right. And Jan's here to talk to us a little bit about bike safety specifically. And Jan, tell us a little bit about your organization and what you guys do.
Well, Bike Safe IM is a nonprofit, and we were started in 2013, okay. And we started the foundation based on my godson, who was hit by a car in Alexandria, Virginia, and he was drug 80 feet underneath the car.
Oh my goodness.
And Ian had his helmet on, and the helmet stayed on his head. Somehow it stayed on his head. Wow. Now it's destroyed. Uh-huh. But we started researching bike safety after the accident and made the decision that if we could start a foundation, a nonprofit, that we could educate kids from focusing on the ages from probably 4 to 14, okay. That there was a need out there. So we started the foundation, and our mission is to provide age-specific interactive education for kids at events, community events, which we participate in.
Great.
And we focus on all aspects of bike safety. And the one thing that we do know, that kids in the United States, 70% of them ride bikes. And to that child, that bike is an automobile. Right. And so they have to learn to follow rules, just as we teach driver's training to kids in high school. However, we don't do that with our bike safety. And so therefore, with the families that are teaching children how to ride bikes and teaching children how to be safe, it's teaching them all aspects of bike safety. The ability to ride their bike safely, and the ability to always wear a helmet. And that has to be taught at an early age. And we're hoping that we're making some impact in those areas, working with safe kids and trying to do the best we can to educate. Without the helmet on, Ian probably wouldn't be with us today.
Right. Absolutely. I can't imagine with that big of a being dragged under a car for that long. That's a crazy, amazing story that he's alive for today.
It is. It was a scenario that he was critically injured.
Yes.
But, somehow, some way, that helmet stayed on. And he's okay. He's 15 years old now. Mm-hmm. But again, it's the fact that he learned to wear a helmet when he was 3 years old, and he always had that helmet on. Mm-hmm. And we just need to do that. Any adult in a child's life, whatever their responsibility is, they need to talk to kids about bike safety. Yeah. And it's proven that only 20% of the kids in the nation wear helmets, and approximately 43% of those that wear the helmets wear them incorrectly. Okay. And so that's another point that we need to really encourage. When you go buy a helmet for your child, make sure you're getting the proper fitting of that helmet, because if you don't have that, the helmet's not going to do any good.
We know for sure that wearing a bike helmet can reduce head injury by 85%. So it seems like a no-brainer that people wear their bike helmets, and we want everybody to wear them. So if you're an adult and you're on a bike, put on a helmet. If you're an older sibling and you ride a bike, put on a helmet, because those kids are watching. You are their role models, and they really need to see that you care about that. And we hope that way they'll put their helmets on, they can ride to school if they check with their school guidelines, and they can have a great time doing it.
So where can families go to find out information before they go shopping for a helmet? What should they be looking for a safe and for a good fitting helmet?
There's educational documents out, and on our website, bikesafeim.org, there is an educational component in there that talks about the fitting of helmets. Okay. And I believe that's also on Safe Kids' website. So when you go to buy those helmets, if you go to a bike shop or wherever you might go, take that piece of paper with you. Run it off, take it with you, so you know what you're going to need when you go into that store.
Anything else we need to include, ladies?
It's important that everybody embrace the fact that school is starting again. It's the exciting time for the kids. It's an exciting time for parents. We want everybody in the community to drive a little bit slower. Think about the school zones. Think about the school buses that stop. Think about when you get in the car, you're going to see little ones walking and biking. And it's important to remember that they're little and you're big, and you can watch better than they can.
I think that's great advice, and we'd love to see all of our Lincoln Public Schools and all the kids in Lancaster County have a safe and healthy new year, starting with safe walking and biking to school.
Bye, Dad.
See you later, buddy. I love you.
Bye, Mom.
It only takes a second, so make every second count.
Hey, whoa.
Teach.
Use the sidewalk. Be careful.
Stop and look.
Pay attention.
Save a life.
Hello, I'm Melissa Fuller with Shape of the City, and we are at the bridge, and we're going to learn about some of the programs that they have going on, all the amazing projects. And I am here with three amazing women. I am here with Mary, Hillary, and Bonnie. Give us an overview. What is the bridge? What does it do? What is its mission?
Sure, thank you. Well, we're the Bridge Behavioral Health. We started in the 1980s as Cornhusker Place, and we're often known for civil protective custody, but we're known for so much more than that. Medical withdrawal unit, respite care, residential recovery. So we serve a vast number of men, primarily 21 to 40 years old, many without insurance, many who don't make a lot of money, but they come to the bridge for the needed care that they get here, that they're not going to get anywhere else.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, Mary. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do here at the Bridge and a little bit about the family care program as well?
Sure. I am the family care counselor here at the Bridge, and I have been doing this for a little over a year now. I've been with the Bridge for over 3 years. Basically, my job entails two major parts, but a lot of other ones as well. First of all, I do family sessions with our clients and their families, and a lot of times that involves trying to set up appropriate boundaries with clients and their families. This is what I need in my recovery or for my recovery going forward, and for families to set boundaries as well. As you know, we've been going through this for a while, and now this is what we need. And so setting up healthy boundaries is one of the big things that we talk about in family session. The other part of my job that I do is set up visits for the clients, and Hillary helps me with that as well. And it's a matter of approving people for visits. So if they're going to come and visit a client, they have to go through an approval process first that we take care of.
Hillary, I would love to hear about what you do here at the Bridge. And with what you do, how is every family unique?
Yes, so I work as the family navigator, and I am the first contact for these families. Usually I work with phone calls, and families call in about their loved ones and they're in crisis, and it's really hard for them to get to a decision-making process. So I help them calm down, and we kind of discover what behavioral health care needs they need to take to get their loved ones some help.
How do you go about getting families involved?
We start out when a client comes in to the Bridge for treatment. They go through an intake process, and part of that process is talking about their families. We get releases of information, of course, and then asking them, will they have people who they want to have come and visit them while they're here? Or is there any relationship that they'd like to work on within their family? And family is defined how they want to define it. And so if they have those issues, then we talk further about, do you want to do some counseling sessions with your family in order to repair relationships? Sometimes clients need to tell their family some things that they have not ever told them before, and they feel better doing it in a family session where they have a third party. A lot of times what's happened is there's been a lot of hurt in the families due to substance use, and therefore we work to move forward out of that hurt, leave the past behind, and look at what's ahead. And so it's just a matter of that initial intake when we talk to clients about their families and what they need to make their family relationships work.
If there's a viewer out there that feels like maybe they're the person that's having the substance abuse, or maybe a family member, what should they do?
They should call here. Our services are open to everyone, even if they're not a client here. And so they can call and ask for myself or for Hillary, and we can get that started, finding out some information and then kind of where we need to go from there.
How is it that having family care helps the client in their recovery process?
So family care can help in many ways. We can do family counseling, as Mary had said. We also do family education. This is just education about anything that has to do with addiction. Any issue that you're having and you want more education. The other way is we can provide what services you need, what the loved one would need.
Are there other events here at the Bridge that our viewers should be aware of?
Yes, each week we do over a dozen 12-step meetings with the recovery community, everything from Alcoholics Anonymous to Narcotics Anonymous to a new organization called Nar-Anon, which is like Al-Anon for those who suffer from narcotics abuse. Those meetings are held here throughout the Bridge, morning, noon, and night. 7 days a week, and there's a full schedule on our website. We also do a couple different recovery events throughout the year where we support those in recovery. We do a fun event every second Friday of every month called Soberoki, and it's fun with all the fun you can have without the imbibing. And we have a great event coming up every fall, Tailgate Straight, where we promote how to have fun in a college football town without drinking.
College football season is a big event around here. We make sure, and we work closely with law enforcement to make sure that people who are under the influence get to a safe place during the home games. We have a nurse that goes down to the stadium with a tech, and they bring back those people that cannot find a responsible party to make sure that they have a safe place to withdraw from service or influences.
Any inspiring stories that you've come across while working here at the Bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. Family sessions, You never know how they're going to turn out because you're dealing with personalities and you're dealing with hurt. So can be a different outcome than you plan. But it's been great to see that at the end of doing some family sessions, for example, a family who our client struggling with parents and the parents not wanting to let go of past hurts and being able to work through that together and looking forward instead of backward and planning how can we make this family work in the future instead of looking at how did it not work in the past. And so that's always a great thing to see. Got off a phone call today with someone who was very concerned about a loved one who's using and what can they do. And sometimes the news is that you really can't do anything unless they're ready for that. But just offering some strategies, take care of yourself and offer support to that person and offer assistance to help them get the help that they need and just to continue to be a friend. So.
That's amazing.
I also can remember a phone call with a mother who was in crisis. Her son, she was scared he was going to overdose. So I took the call. I calmed her down. We figured out a plan, and she needed to call 911 if he was in imminent danger. And then I also call them 2 weeks later, and I try to check up with them, and I follow up, and it seemed that she had gotten the help that she needed, and she was very thankful for that calming voice that I gave her.
Is there anything else that you would like to add for viewers who may have questions or want to know more about the bridge?
I would add that a lot of times what we do is we connect people with resources in the community. And so if a call comes in and it goes to Hillary, she can connect them with different resources. And we only do treatment for males. So if people are calling in about a female, we can direct them to a different treatment facility that would deal with females. And the education classes, again, that Hillary talked about are open to anybody. You don't have to have a loved one here. We would offer those to anyone.
Substance abuse disorder affects everyone. It just does. Everybody knows somebody who's affected. What we try to do here at the Bridge is remove the stigma, that it is a disease, and it is something that we can work on, that it takes a community. We are Region 5 funded, but we depend a great deal on donations, so that's always something that we look for. My job in development is to raise funds and to raise awareness of the Bridge, and so we keep going further, faster, so we can treat more clients. We also, something that Mary alluded to, but we do take walk-ins. If someone's having a really tough time and wants to quit and knows they need some help, we often get people who just walk up the elevator or come in and ask for help. That's something that we are ready, willing, and able to help with. We also do substance evaluations. If someone wants to make an appointment and feels that they have some concerns that they might want to get some help, some advice, some counsel. So there's a lot of things we do. A lot of our information's on our website. We have a pretty active Facebook following, so we're always doing new and different fun stuff around here. It's not all, it's a serious subject what we do, obviously, but there's great things happening everywhere, and we work so well with our peer communities in the city of Lincoln, and it's just a great place to be.
Well, thank all of you guys for taking some time out of your day to talk to me, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kids, get off your phone. You need to pay attention to the road. Or else there might be tar, or wet cement, or a car. Please, get off your phone, or you might end up with a broken bone. Your phone may seem like it's all that, but staying alive is where it's at.
We're here at El Centro talking to the staff of El Centro about their great programs that promote wellness. First, I'm going to speak with Veronica. Veronica, tell me a little bit about your role with El Centro.
Hi, my name is Veronica Junge. My role here at El Centro, I'm the health coordinator. Okay, so what I do, I help people with their with the bills, okay? Coming from doctors, hospital a lot, So I help them to reduce the bill or try to make, plans, okay, payment plans, so they can really pay. The other thing, because most of them don't have insurance, okay, the ones that come to us. And then I do a lot of, another thing that I do is home visits, okay? I do them with Blues team, okay, where we go and see patients that are in high risk with diabetes and with high blood pressure. Then the other role is when patients come and they're just arriving, okay, and they don't have a doctor or they need, they're not happy with the doctor that they see. Most of the clients I see here don't have insurance. Yes.
Well, Sandra, tell us a little bit about what your role is with El Centro.
Yes, hi. I am community health worker here in El Centro, and part of my role is work with Latin families and promote education, promote health in general. We have different programs like breastfeeding is one of my lovely programs. So basically we help moms with this hard process. And also we have Zumba class. Is very funny because the community come to dance Latin music, who is very funny. And well, in general, I help all the clients with different things. Yeah. Okay.
Great. Well, and who doesn't love to dance to Zumba music, right? It's just a great feeling. And then it's a great opportunity for your community to get together and for people to get to know each other and enjoy each other's company too.
It's a way to connect with the community.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing.
Well, and I think when you're away from your family, it's probably a great feeling to have other moms you can talk to about breastfeeding and about things that you know, especially as a young mom, you really want to have those resources available.
Yes, and it's part of the work of El Centro. Connect the community with the different resources in the Lincoln area. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
And Olga, tell me a little bit about nutrition. You know, as a person that's a dietitian and that loves food and loves to eat, I always love to hear what you're doing to help families learn to eat healthier.
Sure. Thank you for being here. Yes, I mean, El Centro is really happy and blessed to have the program, the REACH project, with the nutrition and breastfeeding and activities, because the basic thing in our life is start with what you put in your mouth. So we're here committed to educate our people on what are the healthy habits and getting rid of sugar, getting rid of all the processed food. Everything starts our health in our mouth. So we are very proactive with that, and I think that we have been accomplishing a lot in this first quarter, and we are planning on keeping going now. Something that is very important that Lisandra is doing right now with the project is that with the Zumba group, she has been making the group sign in for 21 days of wellness. So it's starting with nutrition. So that has been a major impact with the community, and people are very interested in finding out what else they can do in order to keep a healthy habit. It doesn't happen overnight, but we are moving on.
Absolutely.
We are moving on.
Well, and it's great to be able to tie getting your body moving. Sometimes when you start moving, you also want to start eating better. And it's tricky when you have different foods maybe than what you're used to in your home country.
Absolutely, yeah. Fresh fruit, produce that are really local and non-loaded with pesticides and fertilizers. All the stuff is pretty important in our health. So it's the basic thing, nothing new. Everything is there, the information is there. There's several curricula that are talking about the same thing, but it's the way how we deliver the information.
That's great.
And here at the Centro, we're not only bilingual, we're also bicultural. So we respect everyone's else culture because we have different ethnicities and different beliefs, so we work with that.
Well, and tell me a little bit more about, you guys were mentioning that your staff is from so many Latin countries, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. That's the beauty that we have in here, because we're here, our staff is from Chile, Veronica is from Chile, Lisandra is from Cuba, myself is from Ecuador, Alex Gomez is from Venezuela, Eva is from Mexico. So we have a blooming of ethnicity here to work with the community. So that's a major plus because people feel very confident. When people are working in here, they feel like they're at home. And that's the message that we're sending out. This is your place. Support us.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about, you have other things coming up. You'd mentioned you have a festival coming up.
Oh, yes. We have the Latino Festival, which is the second event that we are retaking. Usually before, when there was a Hispanic Center, they had the event every year. After certain transitions, we have been living that out for almost 18 years. Right now, we're back to have, after 18 years, our first Latino Festival. So right now, we are in the process of having a wonderful festival that is embracing all the ethnicities, all the cultures that we have here, all the resources, so people can come and see what is available as far as wellness, as far as food, as far as music, as far as crafts. We're promoting also the art and music from different countries. So it will be a major diverse festival, and is always related to families. At the Center for People in Need, 21st of September, from 1 o'clock to midnight, and dance will start 8 o'clock.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, we'll have food trucks, we have vendors with selling food from everywhere. I mean, it's not just Mexican food, Ecuadorian food, it's food from everywhere. And from Middle East, from Russia, from Ukraine, we have all kind of food that will be amazing. What we will have also the zip line with beer. It'll be a wonderful beer. There's a recipe from Colombia and Mexico that will be selling for first time in the festival.
Wow. So it sounds like fun and deliciousness all wrapped into one.
And also we'll have the biggest screen to watch the football.
Yes.
So that will be wonderful.
Great. Anything else that you ladies would like to share with our viewers?
I just wanted to add, like the biggest mission, okay, of El Centro is we want them to feel part of the society, okay, part of the society, part of the community, and trying to learn at the end to do things for themselves.
You bet.
Okay, to give them that, so they don't need to be walking, with our hands during the whole time if they're going to stay.
Well, when processes are new, we just need a little bit of training. And once you guys can give people training and they get more accustomed, then they can
be self-efficient.
But enjoy the community at the same time, it
Yes.
sounds like.
Something that is very important for our community to know is that the immigrants, and we have been all immigrants, and when we don't speak the language, we don't have the fluency to talk, it's fearful to make just a phone call.
Absolutely.
And it's fearful to approach and ask for something because you don't know if you're doing right or wrong. So when they're coming here, it's amazing to feel like you have someone that can really guide you in the right way and connect with the services that is needed. So it's just to empower and have that gap. Feel it so the person can navigate into the system and know that they deserve to have a system and a service.
That's wonderful.
Yes, that's empowering them.
Yes. Would you like to say something in Espanol to your customers and community members?
Of course. El centro es suyo. Estamos para servirlo. Necesitamos que nos apoyen. The center is yours. We're here to serve you. We need your support. In terms of funding.
But thank you so much
but
for
the support from the services that we're delivering here. We're some kind of little money always help.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for all that you do for our Latino members of our community and in helping to build the Latino community into a stronger, more independent group of people that really enjoy being part of Lincoln.
Yes, and also keeping in mind that a healthy community is a happy community.
Absolutely.
Shape of the City is dedicated to keeping Lincoln informed of health and wellness programs and events. Visit our calendar at lincoln.ne.gov, keyword Wellness Calendar. If you'd like to see your program or event covered, email us at LNKTV Health at lincoln.ne.gov.